All right, Shakira. Nice, short, and sweet, right? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shakira. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe to this video and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So today I'm going to be filming basically how I cope with my anxiety during my pregnancy, or how I've been coping with my anxiety during pregnancy. If you guys don't know, I'm pregnant. And I do have anxiety. So today I just thought I would share with you guys, some of the things that I do to help ease my anxiety a little bit during this time, because, there's a lot of ups and downs, there's a lot of hormones, there's a lot of things going on while being pregnant and creating an entire life. So I just thought maybe this video might be helpful to someone. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, then keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so the number one thing that I do when it comes to easing my anxiety during pregnancy is I find gratitude. I find gratitude in everything, and this is something I do on a regular basis. It's not because I'm pregnant now I've automatically found this gratitude for life or anything, but whenever I'm feeling down, I try to find the good in everything that I do, whether it's sitting down on the couch. I find the fact that I can sit on the couch and watch TV, I'm very grateful for that time, for that moment. I feel like when you train yourself to find the gratitude in everything, you let your brain know that because you're alive, you can find the good in everything, and you can get through most things. And I feel like when you're anxious and when you're worried about certain things, all you're thinking about is the worry, and you're not really thinking about, well, here's the positive side maybe of that worry. You know what I mean? And whenever I'm feeling down and whenever I'm feeling anxious about the baby or about, me personally, I try to find the gratitude. I literally force myself to find the gratitude in everything, and that has been really helpful, in easing my anxiety a little bit. I just remind myself that, listen, you are creating an entire person in your body right now. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to take a rest, and that has been really helpful for me. And like I said before, use gratitude all the time, not just during pregnancy, all the time. When you find gratitude in everything you do, you're much happier and you're more optimistic, and you're more like, you know what, it's okay. Have a little bit of, self-love and self-compassion. So another thing that has been helping me during this time is learning how to breathe deeply. So I do yoga. I haven't done yoga in a long time, to be quite honest with you, but I do yoga occasionally. And when I first started doing yoga, I realized how much deep breathing I was not doing. And when we are anxious, when we are worried, we tend to hold our breath. We tend to hold a lot of tension, and we tend to kind of hold everything in, and we don't deep breathe. So deep breathing basically means in through your nose and out through your mouth. Deep breathing, and that helps so much. And it kind of sounds like something simple. Oh, I breathe all the time, I breathe regularly. But no, deep breathing literally helps you to relax your body, to, it clears that cloud that you sometimes feel when you're, overworked, and when you're tired or when you're anxious about something. It kind of clears that cloud a little bit. So you just and then you move on. That has been really, really, really helpful, because sometimes I get in those moments where I'm like, I get so worked up, and reminding myself just breathe and then move forward has been really helpful. Another thing that has been really helpful during pregnancy is journaling and doing morning pages. There's always a lot of things that go on in the brain when you're pregnant. There's worry, there's asking yourself, am I going to be a good parent? There's a lot of stuff that goes on. There's a lot of stuff that you think about, and I don't think it's healthy to keep that stuff inside and to constantly be worried about it. I don't even think it's healthy on a regular basis. Even if I wasn't pregnant, I still am a journaler, but I have found that being pregnant has amplified that, and now I'm not just thinking about myself, now I'm thinking about my baby, and now I'm thinking about, I'm about to become a mother. Am I ready? What if this? What if that? I think about it a lot. So journaling and writing down my feelings and my thoughts in a journal or morning pages has been very helpful to kind of get all the noise out of here and down on paper. And if you guys don't know what morning pages are, I have my book right here. So I learned about morning pages from Lavender. She's a YouTuber here on YouTube and she talked about morning pages, and it's just basically you just write continuously in like a little notebook thing like this. For example, like if I'm not really in the mood to journal about anything specific in my journal, I use this as a way of getting out other thoughts and other feelings, because there's literally like a lot of things that we as pregnant women think about constantly all the time. So I use this book to basically jot down my thoughts and jot down my feelings. So that has been really, really helpful. Another thing that I do is I talk positively about myself. Not all the time, to be quite honest with you, but you know, I say positive things to myself, you know, like, oh, you're gonna be such a good mom because you know how to cook rice. Like, I try to incorporate as much positive self-talk as much as I can, because honestly, like, it's easy for me to beat myself up. It's easy for me to tell myself I suck, you know. So learning how to, you know, spin things around and just give myself more positive self-talk has made me a little bit less anxious about the process of, you know, being pregnant and having a child and going through all these, you know, other things in life. You know, I just try to talk and I just try to be a little bit more nicer to myself. Sometimes I feel like as women, we're flooded with like a lot of stuff, you know, and you know, sometimes we just need to learn how to talk to ourselves nicer. You know, the world is not that nice to us, but we have to learn within ourselves how we can, you know, give ourselves props for all the shit we go through and all the things that we have to deal with in life. Another thing that helps is writing things down. Sometimes when things feel like they are a lot, sometimes all you just need to do is just write them down, put them somewhere. Like if you have a lot of stuff to do that day, you know, list them out, list what you have to do, and, you know, go through them one by one. I tend to do that on a regular basis, but I find now that I'm pregnant and, you know, staying productive all day is sometimes hard because I'm tired. I might need to lay down. I might need to take a nap. I feel what has helped is listing the things that I want to do and seeing what I can take on for the time frame that I won't be taking a nap, and then go from there. And then, you know, I show myself, you know, some self-love if I can't achieve those things. So another thing that has been helping me during this time of being pregnant and my anxiety is organizing and decluttering the apartment. It has helped simply because I'm the type of person that functions better when my environment is clean and decluttered. That's how I work. If there's junk and there's stuff everywhere, I literally cannot function. I'm like a robot. I shut down immediately. So during this time, I have found, you know, making sure that the apartment is clean, the dishes are washed, the floor is swept, you know, just making sure the apartment is a clean environment for me to wake up in makes me feel so much better, because now I know for the most part I'm gonna bring my baby home to a clean and decluttered apartment. That's what I've been doing for the last few months, is going through some of the things that we have, throwing away what we don't need, and just overall making room for the baby to now come in. I'm a big believer in, you know, making room for, you know, changes that are going to come into your life, and that's what I've been doing. It gives me less anxiety because, you know, babies take up a lot of room, whether you think so or not, and it depends on what you get. Regardless, babies take up a lot of room and they got, you know, a decent amount of stuff. So I don't believe in bringing all that stuff into an environment that is already cluttered, you know, and that was kind of giving me a little bit of anxiety before. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to declutter this apartment because there's a lot of stuff in here that we don't need, and that has, you know, eased my anxiety a little bit. So I feel really good about that. So another thing is being patient with myself, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I've just been trying to be patient with, you know, the things that I do or things that I don't do. There are some times and some days where I don't get to do everything on my to-do list, and you know, I beat myself up about that, you know, all the time, and I've just had to learn to be more patient with the fact that sometimes I simply cannot, or I just need a little bit of a break. And some people might be like, yeah, but you're home all day, like, oh dear, and all that stuff. And honestly, I don't feel like I need to go into that whole territory of defending the fact that just because I'm home doesn't mean I'm not doing things for my home, you know. And it kind of bugs me that people still think that just because you are at home you're not doing anything. Like, I don't know, but anyways, I just try to be more patient with myself. Like, if I don't get to do certain things that I say I'm going to do, I try to be more patient, because I know that when the baby comes, I'm not going to have like a say in a lot of things when it comes to, you know, when she wants to eat and when she wants to randomly poop all over herself. I'm not going to have a lot of say in that. So I kind of have to, you know, learn to just be patient and deep breathing with myself. And another thing, this is the final thing on my list actually, another thing that I do is to ease my anxiety is I have moments with my baby. And what does that mean? It basically means I give myself time to enjoy just being pregnant. For example, I enjoy my body. Like when I come out of the shower and I'm moisturizing my belly, you know, I just have a moment in the mirror where I just look at myself and I just give myself some love and some appreciation for the fact that my body can carry this child. It just prepares me for that bond, that, you know, physical bond. And that makes me feel really, really good, because, you know, it reminds me of my purpose, and it reminds me of, you know, how grateful I am, you know, to be going through this experience and to be pregnant. And, you know, I like having moments like that. But yeah, so those are some of the things that I do to help ease my anxiety while pregnant. There can obviously be many more things, but these are the things that I personally do on a regular basis to help, you know, ease the anxiety a little bit, and just to help me get through this pregnancy, you know, as healthy as I can, as healthy minded as I can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next upload. Bye.